Yo, what's up, you guys? We're back at another one. I know. I'm like, this guy don't quit. Nah, man, we got 12 readings to do. Let's go. Let's go. We got Aries to do now. It's Aries. Let's see what we got for the Aries. Alright. God never dies, therefore I cannot die. Remember, the spirit don't die, you guys. It's the physical appearance. Our physical bodies our spirit might be finished with our physical bodies, our mood, our flesh, but our spirit's still going to go on. That's why when you go into a relative or somebody that's passed over, you go to the room, you can feel like the vibe of that person. I ain't gonna say the chills, but I'm gonna say the vibe of that person, because they might bring off a good vibe. You know what I mean? Because that's what it is. You know. A symbol of God's omnipresence and the perpetual existence of the human spirit. So make sure you guys understand that. Your spirit is very high quality. You see, when it comes down to just living life in general, and you meet a friend, notice how a relative, you kind of have that decision to say, well, you can't really make a decision even with relatives or family members, because it's like, you're only hanging with them mostly because you know them, right? Through a chain, through a family tree. But when you meet a friend or even a lover, it's different, because you're going off of the aura that person gives, the spirit connected to them, like it's a vibe they bring off you, right? Even the things that they do, that's all because of their spirit, right? If they was a demonic spirit, they will be doing demonic things, right? But because they're a pure spirit and divine connection you got to them because of their spirit, they do divine things, right? So just keep that in mind, how powerful the spirit is. We have Spider's web, a symbol of wisdom, creativity, and the complexities my bad, right, for life. Anis is a well-known character in West Africa folklore. He is described as the messenger for the supreme being. He also bears the title chief prankster, right? Yeah, you guys. So as far as, make sure that you guys adapting a lot of wisdom, right? Make sure that you guys are being creative. And here's the thing about life, right? When you go through life, you're going to go through a lot of complex situations, meaning things that are difficult throughout your careers, whatever career that you decide, hey, listen, I'm going to do this long term. But here's the thing, when you're passionate about it and you have, you know that you're supposed to do this, you start to be creative. Like, I don't know if y'all can't see my setup, but I got a little something, you feel me? I'm going to show y'all. Look, boom, right? Y'all see the little setup? Cool. So, but this is my workspace, so it's don't really have to be too much on camera, whatever, right? I did have it, but it's like I would rather be one-on-one with y'all, and I like this way better. That's just my opinion. I just gotta go with what I'm comfortable with, right? So, when it comes down to it, I have a system. I started being creative once I found my passion. And I noticed that once I find something I'm passionate about, I be creative. And if you feel like you're losing creativity, maybe the thing that you're doing, ask yourself, are you really passionate about it? Are you doing it for another purpose outside of yourself? You know what I mean? Let's just really think about that type of stuff. Because when you're passionate about something, you adapt wisdom, with it. And it's just like it's like an overall connecting, everything connects. So it's like you adapt wisdom, and then through like situations like you guys see, like people that really like their job or really like what they do, they be creative. Like y'all ever seen like masons? I think that's what they call them, masons. Construction guys. I don't know what they call the guys with the bricks that lay bricks down. There was this guy, he had like cement, and he was like doing this rhythm where he was doing this and doing that. I was showing y'all earlier my little setup to know my videos. Like I literally know over here. I know which one is which and stuff like that, right? So with these guys that do the bricks, he was doing the bricks, and he was like making like a rhythm with it. Like he was doing this and he was doing that, and I don't know how to explain it like actually verbatim, like one by one. But basically, he had this creative system where it saved him probably a lot of time, and it was a lot easier for him. And that's what you're gonna pick up when you're doing something you really want to do. Through tough times, you're gonna learn to be creative. You know what I mean? So I think that's the pureness, and then I think that's the message for you guys. Through tough times, things that you would like, or things that that you're into, and you're doing it purely out of your heart because you want to do it. You learn to be creative through tough times, right? For my Aries. Okay, what else we got for my Aries? Okay, we got conjoined crocodile. The conjoined crocodile share a single stomach and yet fight over food. So this is like indicating like you have where, even though you might share items with people, I think that we often forget that ungrateful people just don't, they're not grateful for what you, so it's like, you ever like give somebody something that just has that ungrateful spirit, and then they turn around and like, for some reason, no matter the situation or whatever, they always seem to pick a fight with you, right? Like they just want to argue with you, even though y'all was trying to share a bag together, or y'all was trying to share, like get a bag, or y'all was trying to just eat together. They always want to like either take too much of the plate. And you're like, well, man, I thought we was, I mean, you was being generous, splitting it 50-50, because they probably didn't even deserve that. But you was like, you know what, 50-50, and they went and said, nah, I think I need 75. So you're like, really? Well, eat off the same plate. You really want to take more than me? Like, you're not gonna curb on me. So be mindful of them type of people, my Aries, right? Maybe people like that is in your energy right now. Okay, so we have change your attitude, right? Can y'all see that? I'm sorry, because the glare, it was a glare. All right, got y'all. Okay, so signifying personal reflection and transformation. It is a composition of two ambicra. Excuse me for my pronunciation. I could not get that word earlier, but I swear I could not get that word earlier. Check this out. So ambicra symbols. The inner star, which represents a new day, and the outer wheel, which implies moving forward. We gotta learn there's a new day and it's time to move forward. That's all we need to know from that reading, from that message. Tomorrow's a new day. You watching this video today? Okay, cool. Tomorrow's a new day. So let's let all that craziness that happened 2 weeks ago, let's move on from that. People's not listening to you, let's move on. This person want to keep arguing with you, let's move on. We ain't even gonna speak on them, man. I mean, you can reflect on it later. You know, hey man, can't believe that? What, I avoided, saying drama with this so and so. Oh, for real? Yeah, man. I was just, that was an expression of me talking to another person, if y'all pick that up. But yeah, like, so, it's just moving on, like, changing your attitude. And a lot of people don't know that changes the whole life. Your lifestyle changes your life. Whatever you decide to do today will affect you tomorrow. Like, it will. You decide, you're gonna do some craziness, then craziness is gonna happen. If you decide you're gonna do something productive, you're productive. You're gonna show. It will show. But you have to change your mindset, change your attitude. Palm tree. Palm tree came up for you guys. So the palm tree is a symbol of resourcefulness, as various products originate from it: wine, oil, wood, etc. That could be you. You can give off a lot of those characteristics, like a lot of. You know how you're talking to somebody, or like you're hanging with somebody and they do a lot for you. Like I'm talking about, this person gives laughter, fills your day out with joy. This person makes you feel good when you feel sad. This person is comforting. This person is reliable. This person is resourceful. This person is strong-minded. This person, all of these different qualities and different things. Sometimes people have bad qualities about them, or work on points. You know what I'm saying? I learned that from I learned that from a coworker. Called work on points. Like if somebody generally wants to work on something, it will be called work on points. If they don't want to work on them, then yeah, that's their bad qualities. But if somebody's got a situation that they're trying to, like some lazy, right? somebody says that, oh, you're lazy, and this person acknowledges that, okay, I mean, I do. No, we're not gonna say lazy. That's too opinionized. Procrastination. That's pretty easy to spot. Somebody that delays doing things. I will procrastinate sometimes. You know what I mean? I'm working on it. It's my work on point. Sometimes I listen to music more than I should, so I just shut the. What I do is I just shut the headphones and the Bluetooth. So I just close them and go over there. I think that's my work on point, so I'm working on that, and I feel like that's okay to have work on points. But I'm just picking up energies where people typically we get resourceful from people as well. Like you would have even yourself. You give off a lot of different characteristics about you, a lot of different things that you do, a lot of different notions, and that's what makes you valuable or less valuable. You know what I mean? It depends. Like I'm not saying you're a less valuable person. I'm not saying anybody is, but if you hosting a party, right, and somebody just fails to always show up with what they need, like you're like, yo, bring the burgers or you bring the hot dogs, and then like the same person just forgets. But then at some point you're like, did you forget this time, or are you just don't want to bring it? You know what I mean? And then maybe something might find out where they really did forget, or it could have been that they didn't want to spend any money. You know what I mean? It could have been one like that. But Spirit will reveal what it needs to reveal in the time, the moment. You know what I mean? You will kind of know. But I'm just using that example to say that depends on what the characteristics the person provides with how they are valuable in the situation. But being resourceful. Make sure that you guys are giving off those type of energies. No matter where you work, no matter what you do in life, you always want to give off good resourcefulness. Like for an example, if you go to the dump, right? The only thing a lot of things you're gonna expect is it stinks. It's gonna give off vibes like, it's yucky. It's bad vibes, right? The dump is like you ain't trying to live there. Like feel me? You ain't trying to just be there. You're trying to go there, drop your stuff off, drop your trash, things you don't want, and dip. So that shows you like you want to hang around people and you want to start developing yourself a character that is resourceful, somebody that gives off the things that are valuable that people can use. You know what I mean? Or not people can use, but people can gain from it. You know what I mean? It's like you have it so much where people want other people to help them or whatever, and they want to receive value from other people, but they're not giving value in the situation. And I feel like that's where it kind of changes the energy for certain people. But yeah. All right, let's see what else we got for my Aries. What else we got for the Aries? Okay, the next one we have for you guys is extension of the heart. Symbolizes understanding, agreement, trust, and partnership. So you guys can have like this real understanding with your partner. You know what I mean? Like for an example, I know young couples. I can vouch for when you first. I say young couples when you first get in a relationship, or you first marry, or first for a couple months. After a while, you guys start to really know each other. I mean, mind you, of course, if you've been together for years, I'm not talking about you guys. I'm talking about people that like started young or whatever, and then just did the thing or whatever, and decided, hey, listen, I'm a tidy knot. So when you first get with somebody, young love, that's what they call it, puppy love, and you never really had your first argument, or you never disagreed. Until you disagree, that's when you really know if you're really there for each other. Because if the person's not really there for you, once you guys disagree on something, they're like, this is it, this ain't for me. You know what I'm saying? That's how you feel me with a job, with not even a job, with a career choice or anything that you love. You've had your first share of not wanting to do it one day, but you was just like, you know what? Or not saying you didn't want to do it, but you had your first share of like circumstances that kind of prevented you from really feeling the most or the best about it, but you still work through those feelings or those situations. Matter of fact, you might have even used, like say you're a rapper or an artist, right? And you're like, I don't want to say you, but say somebody in your family passed away, And instead of you like getting distracted, not saying get distracted, but like instead of you getting too discouraged, well, you did get discouraged. You know what I'm saying? You did get discouraged. You didn't feel like really making a song, but you used that as motivation to make a song. Because you took that, you was like, look, I'm just gonna make the song today, and I'm gonna make it in memory of my relative, my family member. So that's like that. You know, you basically turn around and it's like a relationship. It's like until a situation happens where y'all two get into this disagreement, that's when the love really shows. And you could be experiencing that right now. You could be experiencing that true partnership. Or this could be something from my areas that you guys actually wanted. You know what I mean? You could even, I don't know what's that noise. You can even express that to the person. Make sure that you're, you know, expressing that towards the person. Like, hey, this is what I want and stuff, right? One second, you guys. I don't know what it is. Oh. I'm like, someone else out there. I'm like, okay, gotta make sure it can never be too. You know what I'm saying? You can never be too. What that called that word? You can never be too safe or whatever. Like too. You can never know too well. Like I ain't gonna lie, that I knew my doors locked and stuff, but I'm just making sure I heard the noise. I'm like, you know. Alright, cool. So look, sack of kola nuts. A symbol of affluence, power, and abundance. The kola nut played a significant role in the economy of Ghana in the past and still contributes today. Yeah, power and abundance coming your way. You know what I mean? And also affluence. Like, look, let me tell you, right? It's crazy how them two words back to back. Because when we look at power and abundance, we often think of like, if you have control over something, your reward is abundantly, or your reward is like, for example, if you go to a company, right, and you see a manager, you're gonna probably think in your head that, oh, this person's got control. Because they got control, because they have such a big responsibility, they got paid in finances. Which in a sense is true, but I want you guys to apply this in all aspects of life. Like realizing that once you take control of your life and take control over the things that you want to do in life, no matter what, it does bring abundance, like in many forms. Not just finances, but also spiritually abundant, where you're happy, you're joyful, you're feeling great every day. You're waking up, you're thankful for you waking up, and all of that stuff is characteristics of just nothing but positive energies. Like it's just that's just how it is. Like once you're grateful, once you really just work for it and work towards wherever you're trying to go, and you become grateful for it, it shares within every move that you make, you know. But abundance is something that we acquire through years, or not years, but through time of hard work. I want to say time because I feel like if I say years, that's a opinion, because you know people can get it in days. People can get it in hours. Y'all heard 15 minutes of fame? It happens. But I ain't talking about fame. I'm just saying in general, like trying to describe it to you guys for you to understand. That's like a general aspect. But abundance comes with time. I mean, yeah, exactly. Abundance comes with time. No matter a second, 2 seconds, it comes with time. Make sure you guys are focusing on growing it fully, because there's no point in having money if you're not happy. I ain't saying you can't have money. I'm just saying like that's not the end. And just because you got money don't mean you're happy. Just because you know anything that you receive don't mean your main thing is to be happy. I ain't gonna cap. That's the main thing. You could say that, oh, I get money, then I'll be happy after. You could say that, but who's to say that if you get that money, you're not gonna die the next day after you receive that $1 million? You know what I mean? Like you still want to live life. So that's why it's also important to, even if you have to take a pay cut to chase some of your dreams, even if you have to risk that, and you might as well do that. I would rather do that and be okay with it later on line, because it will come. Like as long as you put your all into something, you'll get it. It's like running a race, being a track runner. You ain't gotta get first place every time. They need people to come 7th and 6th and stuff. It's not just one land. Like it's 8 lands. I think I'm pretty sure I ran track. Right? I think I should know that. It's 8 land. It's 8 lands or so, right? It's more than one. So they need more than that's like a basketball player, for an example. You don't have to be the Michael Jordan or the LeBron, the Kobe, or the Penny Hardaway. You ain't gotta be. I think that's a basketball player. Correct me if I'm wrong. But you ain't gotta be the. You ain't gotta be these guys to be a basketball player. Like they need people to defend them. Like just be, like you know what I'm trying to say. Like it's like that. So abundance. People think that you gotta be winning to be abundantly. You gotta win in your head here. You know what I mean? You ain't got to. We gotta stop thinking that we're gotta be front line. Once you start thinking like that, you automatically think you fail, or you automatically start to think because, like, I'm gonna keep it real. I'm gonna give you guys an example. In real life, I'm doing all I can do. On the internet, I'm got 100 right now as an accountant, 102 subscribers. Compare that to everybody else that's been doing it for years. They got 100K or a million or whatever. I'm not worrying about that though, because if I focused on that, I get discouraged and not want to do videos. Because then I'm gonna be doing it for the wrong reasons. I'm literally doing it to give the word out. So why would I focus on that? So that's where abundance comes in a different form. I know abundantly I'm doing everything I'm supposed to do at my age and the start of my career as far as a YouTube tirade. So I know exactly, I know the videos I'm posting every day. I'm posting 12 videos. I'm giving a variety. You know what I mean? I'm giving my variety. I'm posting 12 videos. I'm using my hashtags. I'm doing everything I need to do. I'm creating shorts because I know everybody's on shorts. And as you guys can see, it's paying off for me. So, but it didn't happen. I didn't just jump in and just start doing this. I didn't jump in and just start having this chair. I didn't jump in and have none of this. Come to time. A lot of people don't know that. And until they realize that abundance takes time, no matter 15 seconds or 15 years. The longer you wait, it's like Drake. Drake has been in the game for 12 years, and people forget that. The longer you in the game for, the more valuable you are to the game that you play. Just remember that. You become somebody like Tyson, who's at the end of the day, even if he can't fight the younger people right now, he's not supposed to. He's supposed to be an icon in the boxing community. So I'm just giving you guys examples so that you remember that. Listen, I'm not supposed to be compared to people. I'm not supposed to compare myself to another person. I ain't gonna say you're not gonna be compared because people's gonna compare you. But you have to remember that when I say I, just think of it like you saying I. You gotta think of it like I have to focus on why I'm here, why I'm here in this position in order to create value to myself. You know what I'm saying? Let's see, we got one more call for my Aries. Sometimes I just talk because I feel like I have a lot to say, and everything that I'm saying is not, I ain't gonna say everything is valid towards you specifically, but it's valid. Like, I use this on a regular basis. I can vouch for it. And I'm confident in what I speak on. If I made ice cream and I enjoyed the ice cream so much where I'm like, I'm gonna sell it to somebody. I mean, you gotta have some type of confidence in it to sell it, innit? So that's like me. You gotta have some type of confidence in my words to post it on YouTube. So it's like that. The earth has weight. Here's your last message. So this signifies a symbol of providence and the divinity of Mother Earth. It represents the importance of the earth in sustaining life. Sustaining of course just means to maintain, right? You gotta look at importance of weight. The weight that you put on your shoulders, the weight that you put in your mind, the weight that you decide that you're gonna take on. Be very mindful of that weight that you take on. When I say this, because it's like we often take so much weight on mentally. Let's just put it like this: mental weight. We take so much weight on because we feel like we have to do for people. We have to do this. We have to do that. We have all this weighing us down. The past situation that happened. Let's start clearing our minds. Go for a walk or something. Take that off your mind, because that ain't gonna help you one bit. You see how I just said about focusing on the wrong things? Remember how I just mentioned about If you in any game you play, you're focusing on the winner. Don't focus on the winner spot because you are a winner and you're in the world. That's just like that. You know, we can a lot of things we can't change. Matter of fact, we shouldn't want to change them because they're there for a reason, or a purpose. They have a purpose why things happen the way they do. So let's just acknowledge that and move on from this and just drop all of that stuff that we want you to think about too much to a point where it distracts us from other things. Right? That's going to end on the well. That's going to be finished. That finishes up you guys reading for my Aries. Thank you guys so much for tuning in and listening to the read. Really do appreciate it. I will see you guys for the next video. Oh, my name is Micah, by the way, if I didn't mention. Let's run that back. My name is Micah. My name is Micah. This was an Aries read, and I'll see you guys for the next video.